With this first question of what a season you guys are in the midst of here, what are the emotions like, kind of walking into this week knowing that you have a chance at a state title? What is that like for you?
It's awesome. We know this is going to be our last week together, so just taking all the time in we have with each other. The past couple weeks we just wanted one more Monday, but now we know like this is where it ends, so just being able to take in every moment with each other.
And Coach has kind of talked about just the connectivity of this group of girls, the calendar in your locker room, little things like that, trying to just enjoy this and be present. And how has that really kind of just pushed you guys and made a huge difference on the floor when you have that kind of foundation here?
Yeah, so this year we definitely focused on our culture. We knew we were going to have so much talent, but if we weren't going to be able to play with each other, it wasn't going to be as good. So we just knew that we had to buy into our culture, and then that would help us play better together on the court.
And Coach talked about just last year. If you look at last year's team to this year, winning your first sectional this year, a lot of firsts. I'm sure it's been up and downs through that entire 4 years for you as well. What has it taken from this team in order to get those things done?
Definitely a lot of resilience. If you go back to our game last year versus Northridge, we got out first round of sectionals. It's not what we wanted at all. So just bouncing back from that moment and then just getting it in our heads that we're just going to be the hardest working team out there. And then I feel like this year, we have been. I feel like we practice harder than any team in the state. So that's really paid off for us.
And what has it been to play with this group of girls? I kind of back to that connectivity piece, but just what has it been like to, one, play for Coach Krebs, play with this group of girls, and just have this experience here for your senior year?
Right. And I've been playing with some of these girls since third, fourth grades, and we've always been looking forward to the high school level, playing with each other, and then playing for Coach Krebs. It's truly amazing just to see each other grow up with each other and then eventually be able to play with the underclassmen and connect with them and become best friends. And it's just been so amazing, and I'm not going to forget it.
So if somebody were to just come up to you on the street and ask, I've heard about Warsaw girls basketball, if they were to come and ask about your program, how would you describe it to somebody who might not know that much about you guys?
I would describe it as a family. We all care for each other. We're all there for each other. Coach Krebs is really big on how we are mentally and physically, and trusting each other. And all the girls are close, and we work our butts off. So, yeah.
And when you look at kind of this week, these next 6 days, more on the fundamental side, basketball side, what are you guys really kind of honing in on this week to make sure you guys are as sharp as you can be come Saturday?
Yeah, I think it goes back to every play matters. You can't take any plays off. Every round's going to count. Every loose ball, every 50-50 ball, box out, stuff like that. Passes got to be great. Just focusing on every play matters and just doing all the dirty work, and then just making sure we can hit some shots.
And just kind of you personally, when you look at your success over this season, what do you feel like you've kind of really made sure that you need to provide in order for, this team to win and get this far?
For me, I feel like I provide a leadership role. We have so many scorers, so just being able to balance each other out. One time Joss is going to be hot, then Brooke's going to be hot, and Lex, and so on. So just being able to constantly provide the leadership rather than stats or scoring or stuff like that. Just bringing each other in and bringing the energy for sure, and communicating.
And just my last question here, when you take a look to Saturday, you take a look at this Lawrence North team, what do you kind of know about them so far, and what's kind of that, not scout, but what are you guys making sure that's on your radar that you know that they do well?
We haven't dug into scouting reports super much at all right now yet. Sorry.
No, that's fine. You can read it. I can honestly change the question if you guys haven't done any scout either.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we haven't, but I could just say
what you know about them at all. Okay. Or you could honestly go with, what are you guys making sure that you guys are, well, I guess that was the last question. But just kind of along those lines of what are you aware of that, needs to be aware of for this?
Yeah, we know they have good guards and they have a good post. They're a well-rounded team, so going back to what I said earlier, just making sure we're locked in on every play, taking no possessions off, and getting all the hustle plays.
All right, Ms. Brooke, is there anything that I missed that you would like to touch on?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.